Welcome everyone. My name is Jay McGowan. I'm the Director of Financial Planning here at Five Plan Partners, and today I want to talk to you about some 2018, as the year ends, some 2018 financial planning and tax planning strategies as we close out the year. The first one, for those of you who are contributing to your 529 educational accounts, it's a great way to save for college and now private school education for children and grandchildren. Just remember that as an Alabama state taxpayer, you can get a $5,000 state income tax deduction as an individual filer and a $10,000 state tax deduction as a joint filer. But those contributions have to be in by 12/31 of this year to count for 2018. Remember, that can be a new contribution or also can be a rollover from a different state's 529 plan. Next, I want to talk about flexible spending accounts, or FSA dollars. This is a great way to contribute dollars pre-tax through your employer in order to pay for medical expenses throughout the year. Deductibles, co-pays, you can't pay your premiums with these dollars, but you can also use them to pay for medicines, both over-the-counter and prescription, as well as medical equipment. The one downfall to FSA dollars typically is they are use it or lose it. So if you don't use it by the end of the year, you can actually lose that money and that advantage that you had by putting the money in the first place. Some employers have extensions of time or dollars. So it's typically 2.5 months or $500 you can move into the next year, but not all plans have this. So you want to make sure that if you need to use your funds by the end of the year, you make sure you schedule any doctor's appointments, buy any medications, contacts, things like that before year end to make sure that you get the money in. The next is charitable giving deductions. So around the holidays, we think of helping others, and typically a lot of us have helped throughout the year. Just remember that any charitable contributions you make have to be in by the end of the year, 12/31, to count for this year. Good idea to keep your receipts. You never know if you're going to be audited, and just to have a paper trail of things in case you need it. One key thing to think about this year, however, is with the change to the new tax code, there could be some of us who have given charitable contributions in the past may not be able to use those as itemized deductions because the standard deduction this year went up, and the ability in some other itemized deductions like state and local taxes have been reduced. So a lot of times the charitable contributions that we gave allowed us to itemize, and this year your standard deduction may be higher than your itemized deductions. And so that's something you want to think about when you're giving charitably. There are ways to front load charitable contributions through what we call donor advised funds, where you can give a larger contribution in this year. And you get the full tax deduction in the current year. And those can be in an account and grow, and then you can give the charitable contributions throughout as many years as you want into the future. So you don't have to give all of the contribution in one year, but you get the deduction in one year. Required minimum distributions. For those of us who have inherited non-spousal IRAs, and those of you who are 70 and a half or older, you are required to take what is called a required minimum distribution from IRA accounts, and that has to be done by 12/31 of each year. If you don't pull that money out and pay tax on that money, you will be hit with a 50% penalty. So it's very key that you get these RMDs taken care of before 12/31 of this year. Tax loss harvesting is another topic that we have wanted to cover. If there are any positions in your portfolio that are trading at a loss, you have the potential to sell those, take the capital loss, and apply those capital losses to other capital gains. And also 3,000 of those capital losses you can apply towards ordinary income. There's very specific rules around these transactions, so you really want to talk to your advisor before you do this and make a subsequent purchase after you sell to recognize the loss. So those are some things we need to take care of before 2018 ends. Looking forward into 2019, just remember that IRA and Roth IRA contributions, if you were eligible to make those for 2018, can be made all the way up until April 15th of 2019 or when you file your tax return. So just remember that. The limit is $5,500 for 2018. That will go up in 2019 to $6,000. So just keep that in mind as you move forward and plan out into 2019. With 2018 being the first year with some substantial tax law changes under the Trump administration, I feel it would be a good idea that after you file your tax return in 2018 to revisit your withholdings. There were changes to the tax rates. There was changes to withholding tables. So we may want to go back and take a look and make sure that going forward in 2019, we're not withholding too much or too little. And the earlier you do that, the more beneficial, because you'll have more time to spread out those adjustments throughout the year. Also, on that note, a lot of us, it's probably too late to max out the 401k contributions for 2018 if we haven't already done so. But looking forward to 2019, you want to revisit this, figure out what percentage you want to contribute going forward, and also know that those limits have also gone up $500 for 2019 going forward. So you might want to adjust your deferral percentages. And then just in general, a new year can lead to new opportunities to start off on the right foot, whether it be fitness goals, weight loss goals, whatever it may be. You can also use this time to really shore up your financial plans, whether it be budgeting, saving, paying off debt, any of those things. Now is a great time to really focus back on those and start off on the right foot in 2019. So I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much for watching these vlogs. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at any time and let us know if you need anything. Really appreciate it. Please forward this information along and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks and have a great day.